Merry meet YouTubers, this is Lady Grave Dancer, and I am Sunday's host here on Witches of the Moon. And this week's topic was on who do witches worship. Yes, excuse the way I look, like I was saying, but me and my husband, we're hardcore. We actually sit around, watch movies, and eat ice cream and have drinks on Saturday. That's how hardcore we are. But anyways, this week's topic was on who witches worship. Now, I can't speak for all witches because I am not all witches. I am only me. So, I guess Jade wants to. So basically, to worship is to show your how much you love, adore your deity or your religion, and that nature. That's what worship is about. And like I said, I can't speak for all witches, and the topic is who do witches worship. But I would have to say their deity, if they have one, and if they don't have a deity, then I would have to say the god and goddess itself, just the feminine and masculine. Now for me, it's Hecate, of course. For my mother, who is, I mean, she's a witch, and, oops, the candle is burning all crazy. She's a witch that I would say is in hiding, and she's in hiding and hides her beliefs because of her being a Christian witch and because of the path that I took. She then became afraid of, not her herself being afraid of the practice, but afraid of me being back into it. Long story, we're not going to get all into that. If you watch any of my videos, you know the story. So my mom, being a Christian witch, she worships Jesus. And she doesn't abide by the Bible because she doesn't believe in everything that it says. She wouldn't be so accepting of her daughter's ways. Now I have a friend who is a Catholic witch, and she worships the Virgin Mary, and that's great. And for me, my goddess is Hecate, and I don't have a male deity in particular that I work with. I just work with the god itself, the energy of the masculine. I have not found a god that I have been particularly drawn to, and that's perfectly fine. That's what a lot of the newer witches, I don't think, realize, that it's okay not to have a god and goddess right now. You know, it's something that you don't take lightly, so you don't want to jump into a particular god or goddess and don't think that you have to. I've given pointers on how to go about looking for your god and goddess. I've known people, especially since I've been around the fellowship that's up the street, that have not worked with a particular god or goddess ever. They work with different ones monthly. They invoke different ones monthly up there, and it works fine for them. And I've met some people who have been with a particular goddess their whole life. It's okay too. It's not, you know, it's not open and closed. You know, for me personally, the only goddess that I've ever been drawn to has been Hecate, and even when I was going through it and I thought it wasn't Hecate, she pretty much clarified, yes it is. So, like I said, I can't say who all witches worship, but part of worship is to honor. So then you have the ancestor altar, and my ancestor altar is where I honor my ancestors, my father, my grandmothers, all the people who have passed away, even the ones I don't have pictures for, still have respect on the altar. So that is also a form of worship because I'm honoring them. I think worship has been taken out of context due to more of the Christian nature of worship. Maybe it's just my own personal opinion, the way I feel. I could be totally not clicking with you by saying that, but that's how I feel. I do feel like the ancestor altar is a form of worship because I'm honoring them. And then I have another altar in which I work with a certain spirit, and that is a form of worship too because I also honor her and him. So that's, you know, another form of worship. I honor them, I speak to them, I give them offerings, I give them what they ask for, and, you know, in return I get help with my magics, and I also get protected, and I also get to, I'm looking that way because that's where that altar is, I also get the honor of communicating with them, which is freaking awesome. Worship, honoring, these are things that for me, in my opinion, go hand in hand. And if I had to explain, if someone came up and asked me, who do you worship? Right now it's Hecate, my ancestors, and then the spirit that I work with. The name doesn't get discussed. Just for some of the beginners out there, I just want to say that you're probably clicking on these videos because it says who do witches worship, in the title or what have you. The fact is that you're going to worship who you're going to worship, not who a book tells you to worship, not who your neighbor's worshiping, not who I'm worshiping because you're watching me, not who Tiptoe Chick is worshiping because you're watching her, or whoever the people are that you're watching on here. You're going to worship who you are honoring, who you are connected to, who you are bonded with. This is who you will be worshiping, and don't think you have to rush in it. Like I've said in many videos before, some people, look at my hair, some people will find their deity really quick. Some people, the message will come through someone else, and then you'll look into it and like, oh, I'm connected. Okay. Some people it takes years, but it doesn't mean that you can't work with different ones. It doesn't mean that you can only work with one forever. You need to do what feels right to you, and follow your own path and do what's right for you, and it feels right. It's a little bit of a difficult video for me because I can only tell you who I worship and what I feel that worship means, and that's it. I'm sure that the other videos on this channel this week were probably a lot more helpful than mine. Too many interruptions and too many glasses of actually I brought in here what I was drinking. Peachtree. It's my favorite drink ever, and I mix it with orange juice and I put fruit in it, and it's awesome, just so you know. Okay, so that's basically all I could tell you about who witches worship, because I can only tell you who I worship and the few people that I do know and who they worship. Hey guys, I hope this video was a little bit informative, if you get a little insight on who I worship, and I will see you guys at the next video. See y'all next week. Blessed be, guys. Bye. Having such issues. Don't drink and make videos. Take my advice. Okay. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully next week's video will be a little bit better than this week's. And I'll see you next week, y'all. And I'll